subscribe, support, stay positive. Oops, my bad. Sorry. What am I doing again? Guys, what am I doing again? I keep forgetting. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to shut everything down and go to bed right now?
No.
No, dummy!
Oh! I'm interviewing Vida Alvarado tonight. No. What is it again?
Yeah.
La Vida Alvarado.
Yeah.
La Vida Eldorado. Okay. And if you guys had La Vida Eldorado, you think it'd be the name after that Disney movie, Eldorado, the Magnificent. Sorry, the Elton John song.
It sounds good.
Yes?
I've seen that movie too.
Okay, I'm sorry. What? Yeah.
In other news, Tommy's phone is working pretty well.
Hey. So, folks, welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks, and we're here. We have our guest. Well, we're back here for another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. I'm interviewing my guests tonight, and also I give it to Senator Camp for a few seconds to give himself a little pitch and a little message.
Well, you could put the camera on to me for a minute, Tommy. I'm doing some sort of project a little later this year, but I may as well get this about out here now, though. But I'm doing this little project called Mario Golf Acapellas. Hopefully by March or April, I'm planning to do some Mario Golf Acapellas on my YouTube channel, from the N64 to the GameCube, and some from the 3DS game. I don't really have a release date yet, but just March or April, around that time span. That's about it.
Okay, Sir Camp, that sounds pretty cool right there. I'm just filling up my wine glass here with some water. And, ladies and gentlemen, here's our guests tonight. How are you doing tonight?
We're good.
We're doing great.
How are you?
How are you
Tell
guys
your
doing?
friend that he can lose an eye with that kind of thing, you know? Because his eyes are just popping out of his sockets.
You got me?
Okay, I can tell if we're all in the shot. So can you tell us if we are?
Oh, you guys are in the shot.
Okay.
So, okay, the first question, this is my first segment that I interview you guys. Where did you guys get the idea for your name? What inspired you to be here on YouTube?
I think it was just that I watch a lot of vlogs, and they always talk about being able to go back years later and see what they were doing, you know, like on an exact day. And I kind of like that idea myself, and for us on our vlog, it's just kind of a chance to watch ourselves grow and see how immature we were, you know, 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. So, I've watched some of your vlogs, and they look pretty good. I see that you shoot your video with a GoPro.
Yeah. That's not really the intention for a GoPro, but like we're not out doing any crazy water skiing or like skydiving or anything, so so we just use it for that, and it seems to work out fine.
Tommy,
Yes?
I do the same thing as well.
Yes, Mark, my friend Mark Hyder here. If you're subscribed to Mark Hyder, he uses a GoPro for his mini vlogs. He does more mini vlogs than he does number vlogs, honestly.
I kind
You
of
know,
like
you guys with the GoPros, you already have a, you know, if you want to go do something crazy, you already got the GoPro right there. So it's a win-win situation.
and the wide angle is nice, and it already shoots in 1080p, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Now, who are your favorite YouTubers here on YouTube?
Honestly, I watch a lot of beauty vlogs. It's Judy's Life is one of the ones that I watch every day. I don't know. What do you watch?
Well, a lot of just different things. I watch a lot of vlogs, and obviously you're one of the vloggers I watch. A lot of technology, obviously. My job is working with cell phones, so I like to watch a lot of technology videos. It's hard to say who's my favorite. Uh, I just like them all. But yeah, those are vlogs number one, and then technology will probably be number two.
Hmm. So, what is the future for your YouTube channel?
Um, I don't know. I guess we don't have a plan. It's just kind of going day by day and seeing where we go from here.
Hmm. Now, is there any plans uh, for children or anything like that, or is there you guys just enjoying life right now?
Yeah, we're enjoying life for sure. Without kids, it's nice. We can sleep however late we want to
Yeah.
sleep. Um, I'm
It's sitting next to your boyfriend.
I'm in college and I'm going for my doctorate degree, so it's gonna be a while before we, think about kids.
Yeah, that's too busy now.
Oh yes, but you guys say you're a fan of my channel. What is your all-time favorite video on my channel?
You can go first.
Well, it's hard to say all time because there's a lot of great videos you got, Tommy. Uh, I'll just say a few. I like your karaoke. I think I told you about that before. Your karaoke. I like when you went on stage and did your jokes. I think that's really brave of you to do. I wouldn't do it. I'll tell you that. I could get kind of shy, so that was one of my favorites. Just because you went up there, you didn't care about anybody else. You went up there and did your jokes, and I like a few of them. They were really great. And I like the ones that you walk around Black Mountain. I've never been to Black Mountain, so it's really great to see it from your view. Um, it's hard to say my favorite, but those are some of the few.
I watched one that was really funny to me, and it was the one that you did on Thanksgiving, where you did the fudge slap.
Fudge smack.
But yeah, and you're just there making your cookies, and you're on the Google Hangout, and everybody's just cracking up at you, and that's just something that reminds me of something that I do with my friends, like just uncontrollable, like cracking up. It was funny.
It was just the thing I was saying. That some of the stuff I was just saying in that
Yeah.
vlog.
You were like singing about your cookies and stuff. It was funny.
And it's like, yeah, just slap it in there, put it in there good. Oh yes, just put it in there good. Just slap it in there hard. Baste it on there really good. Put that thick layer on there. Okay, you want it to be nice and thick, thick and quality, nice and juicy. Make sure you put it on there good. Oh yes, look at that. It's getting on there good. It should be running.
How did you make that, by the way? Was it just like a cookie mix?
Basically, what it required, yes, it was cookie mix, and then it was fudge. I melted the fudge, and it was supposed to be 2 big pieces of cookie, and of layers, and then fudge in the middle, and then the fudge sauce sprinkled on top of it, but we put fudge on top of it, just overlaying the cookie, and it was so amazing. It tasted delicious. Good quality food.
Good. But I was wondering, yeah, because I think I did see a cookie mix or like a bag or a box that you had, but I like to cook, so I'm always interested in how.
Yeah, you're welcome to make the fudge smack. It's I'm just gonna say it's very strong. Just watch how I know I do a few steps in the video, and I should have said how to make it. And But basically, what you do is you get 2 bags of cookies, just to make sure. It could be chocolate chip or any kind of cookies you want it to be. And then you make sure you get some fudge. Melt your fudge, and then you cook your cookies first. Then you place your fudge all over the cookie in the middle. Then you take your top part of the cookie and you place it on top of the fudge, the melted fudge. And if you want to, you can do what I did and just put the top layer of fudge on top of there. Or you can do chocolate syrup. You can put the chocolate layer of fudge on there, and then you can put some chocolate syrup on there and make it delicious.
It's like a layered cookie.
Delicious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a cake.
Kind of, but it's one gigantic fudge smack. It's just like a cookie.
That does look really tasty, though, Tommy. I wish that was there.
But it's
Let her rip, man.
excuse.
These farts are starting
It's all the talk of the fudge snack.
Sorry, folks. I had some tacos tonight. I had homemade tacos tonight, and
I thought it was our dog at first.
the beef was basically it's grass-fed, and it's from a place called Hopi here in Black Mountain, and so tacos always. Okay, for instance, what is your all-time favorite comedy movie?
Comedy? One of my favorite movies of all time, and not just comedy, but it's Napoleon Dynamite. Like, that was my childhood movie summed up right there.
I'm gonna have to say I'm sorry. That movie was one of the dullest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I know it's a dumb movie, and
Gosh!
most
I think that it's one of those movies where, like, you either really love it or you just don't get it, and you're like, why is this so slow? And what's so funny about this?
I've probably seen that movie 200 times.
I remember when I bought the DVD, it came with a Vote for Pedro shirt, and that shirt was like 5 sizes too big for me. It looked like a dressing gown, but I wore it every day to school.
I had a Vote for Pedro shirt. What's yours? What? Well, I also like School of Rock. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Everybody says I look like Jack Black. Everybody says it to me. Like, I have people.
But I didn't think about it before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a haircut, so some people say I look like a. People told me I look like a fat Leonardo DiCaprio sometimes.
Well, we like to watch a lot of movies, so if you have any good recommendations, we're open to anything.
Well, if the Netflix things pop up again, here's what I do. I have my Netflix connected to my Facebook, and what I do is people get aggravated at me. People get aggravated at me for doing this because people don't have Netflix, and they get mad at me because I send them links to movies they can get on Netflix, and they get they get their butt all hurt because the fact is I'm sending them suggestions from Netflix. No offense to people when I do that, but I'm just trying to share movies with you guys. If you just say you don't have Netflix, and I won't send you the suggestion. But I'm gonna say one of my all-time favorite movies is The Nutty Professor. Comedy movies. The farting scene. I posted it up on my Facebook, and that scene still makes me laugh to this day. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go and get my cone cleansed. He's just like, ha ha ha, and then he just starts like farting. He's just like, oh my gosh. But let me think here.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a
What is your favorite time of the day to vlog? Are you the kind of guys you turn the camera on and start talking, and you just do it any time of the day?
Yeah? Do you?
Yeah, pretty much. Not every time, I gotta say, because there's time that we're not doing anything at all. So but whenever we have something to say or we're about to do something, that's why we take the camera everywhere we go. You never know what we want to catch on camera. But yeah, not every time. Like I said, sometimes we're just sitting down and watching just a movie on Netflix. We just want to relax. But there's no certain times that we want to vlog. Just whenever we want to say something or catch something on camera.
Now, your theme music reminds me of a certain song. And every time I listen to it, I want to start singing it, but I don't know what the theme of that song is. What is the theme of that song?
I don't remember exactly the name. I got it from the Free Music Archive. I think it's by an artist or a group of artists called The Impossibles.
Yeah.
But I don't know the exact title. I can try to look for it.
It's alright. It's alright. I was just curious if it was a popular song, because it sounded familiar. You don't have to search it up. It's alright.
No.
I don't think it's a popular song.
So, are you guys wrestling fans?
Well,
This one. These two.
I gotta say, we're different. I used to be a big wrestling fan in the '90s. You know, the Attitude Era. But I think you still are, right?
Yeah.
You still is. The other question you have about wrestling, you could probably answer it. If you want to answer anything, ask anything about the '90s, that's me.
Yeah. Okay. You know, to be honest, just to say with you guys, the Attitude Era was good. Like, they had good wrestlers, but I just wish that the writers of today would get like that. They would get better, and Roman Reigns could be a good superstar, but the fact is, Vince McMahon writes all his scripts now, so he's sounding like sucker and succotash. He's saying stuff like that, and I declare. That's the joke. That's from the Joe Cronin. It's a joke that they do. So let me think here. My mind is having a brain fart right now, just like what came out 2 minutes ago.
We actually got to see, who was it?
Oh, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing a comedy / storytelling here in Oklahoma City. So it was great to go see him and get an autograph from him, and he autographed my sock, one of my socks.
I've heard about him doing that tour. That was a good show.
Yeah, I was trying to find a but I ended up getting just a random one. I think it might have been dirty, but it's all right.
Who was the superstar again?
Mick Foley.
Oh, Mick
nice.
Foley. You got. No, it would have been better if you had the sock stuck down your pants and you walked up to him and said, "Hey, Mick Foley," and then you just reach into your pants and you pull it out and you're just like, "Can you sign my sock?" And he's just like,
Yeah, that would have been. It's weird. I felt a little awkward because I was the only one that I could see that had a sock. Everybody had books and DVDs, and I was the one with a sock, and I felt really weird.
But that's the perfect thing, because he has a little hand puppet sock, right?
Yeah,
"Mr. Sacco."
Even put a face on it. Yeah.
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 I
Did
didn't
he have his
know.
mask on? Was he wearing a mask?
No.
That was Mankind. That was I think that was Mankind that
Yeah.
played as Mr. Sacco. Not Mr. Sacco, but that was just Mick Foley with his straight up look. But Mankind was the one with the mask on it.
You know, anybody else think his tights had a weird color, like brown tights? You know, could have picked any color.
We have the sock.
Here's the sock.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So, do you guys have that on like a awesome monument, like in your house? You have the sock. Can you imagine you're walking around your house and it's just like, oh look, guys, yeah, around our beautiful house. Now we have this beautiful sock And
Yeah,
it's signed by Mick Foley.
They're like, who's Foley?
You
No,
should probably.
we're actually trying to. We're thinking about putting it like right here. What do you think?
That would be funny. You should. No, here's what you should do. What would be more interesting? So when people are walking around your house, you should have it like put up in a picture frame, and you should say signed by Mick Foley professionally. Because if you think about if you have an attack and you have a sock stuck into your wall, somebody's gonna be like, I think you're missing one of your socks.
Yeah.
And there's some just be careful you don't have somebody like Monk come into your house, because next he comes in with there's a sock on their wall. Next thing you know, he's like, by the way, here's your sock you had on your wall. It was very dirty. It had some crud. And you're just like, no. So
Are you drinking wine or water?
it's water.
It's water.
Yes, a little water. Little H2O, you know what I mean? H2O.
See, Tommy likes to stay classy in all aspects, including his water delivery system.
So, folks, that's the end of the interview. So we're going to start a segment where it's an open format, where everybody can talk and go back and forth. We can talk about all sorts of interesting subjects.
Okay.
And so,
I have a question for Jonathan, actually.
Sure.
Seems like maybe like you're into, I don't know, what kind of music are you into? Like, seems like you like a lot of old rock and roll. I saw you going through those records and stuff, but maybe you like hip hop and stuff like that too.
Well, yeah, I like classic rock. She actually got me into classic rock. Yes, I do like hip hop, rap. There's this reggaeton, which is Puerto Rican music. It's a mix of reggae and hip hop. Yeah, those are four of my majors' favorite music right there. So it'll be classic rock, hip hop, rap, and reggaeton.
Nice, that's cool.
you know something funny? I was watching one of your vlogs, and it made me laugh because I was watching it, and you're vlogging and talking. It's just like normal, and you're in your backyard, and one of your dogs just like, okay, I have to use the bathroom anyway. I don't care if you're baby. And there's a dog pooping.
It's weird that he did that because I swear he doesn't like you to watch him poop.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be pooping and he will because I go outside with him to make sure the neighbor doesn't come home. So he'll poop and he'll be looking at me to make sure that I'm not looking at him. Like he's self-conscious of himself pooping.
It's basically like it's Elliot from Scrubs. You cannot talk to Elliot if she's sitting on the toilet. If her cheeks are on the seat, you cannot talk to Elliot at all. And you guys watched the show Scrubs?
Yeah.
I've seen a few episodes here and there, but it wasn't a show that I followed.
Oh.
Excuse me, folks. I'm sorry. Those tacos are just. If I had an editor, basically it would sound like a rubber ducky going. Yes, yes, my farts sound like rubber duckies. Oh, thank God you guys can't smell that. Okay, I'm sorry to say this, but I want to talk a little bit about this. There's something about farts. There's farts that are just like, they go away, but there's some farts that, when it happens, it just stays in the room. It has nowhere to escape. It's just in that one spot. And don't you just hate it when you're trapped somewhere, like you're in an elevator and you feel it coming, but it's one of those things, it's one of those silent ones. But the thing is, you cannot get out of the elevator because you have get to floor 1, and you're up at the highest floor, and you're just like, okay, maybe I can hold it in. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, then you know it's just going to happen. You're just like, what did happen? And no one's behind you, but all the people behind you. But the thing about it is the smell implodes and comes up and then drifts down on top of the people. And then the people are just like, fart?
What was that stench?
The fact is, with the fart, it's like, if it's a sound
It'd be like, what is that stench?
some people are, the reaction, I think, to people's reactions to people when people fart are so funny, because some people will say, dang, how about you check yourself? I think you messed yourself or something. Or somebody says something just crawled up you and died or something because you smell horrible.
You know,
Actually, believe it or not, I think Ice Cube, I forget what it's called. I think it's check yourself, and Ice Cube just says, you better check yourself before you rip yourself. That's all he, well, okay, right. He may not say that for like the entire song, but that's just basically the chorus part that he says.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah. Pretty funny, right?
Now, honestly, there's appropriate times to do it, and there's times where it's completely inappropriate. But say, like, you're in a meeting, and your boss won't let anybody leave. You're just sitting there, and then you realize that you shouldn't have ate that bean burrito at Taco Bell. And then you're just like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then, as it happens, you hear your stomach go, that means you better evacuate the room, because when this fart comes out, and then there's those farts that it make that, like you sat on a whoopee cushion, and sometimes when you know those are coming, you just try to play it off like it's nothing, and you're just like, okay, I'm fine.
Tommy, before you get too carried away, don't forget there is a lady in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Hey, Tommy, you got a couple comments. Want me to read them out?
Sure, are they positive comments?
Yeah, there's no troll items. Okay, we got Gary Oak. He says, Tommy, new Civ, yo. I'm not too sure what he means. He might be talking about the new game coming out or something. And then we got Don Coyote. He says, how's the interview going, Tommy?
Oh, it's going well. It's going pretty well. It's doing decently. I'm enjoying these our guests tonight. And is there another question?
No, that's it, man.
Okay.
People so far.
So
Mr. Brad is having better luck than me. My computer just wants to run slow.
what is now? Have you guys? Has any of you guys seen any good movies lately?
The Babadook.
Yeah. It was a good-
Babadook?
yeah.
I watched that, guys. That was pretty good. It confused me a little bit.
What about me, Tommy?
And at first I was like, this movie's
I
no
asked
good.
everybody.
But then when I looked it up and I
everybody?
read a little bit about it, I was like, yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
It was pretty
Me?
slow, but if you could get through like the first half,
Yeah.
the second part's pretty good.
For me, it has to be one of those Liam Neeson movies, because when it comes to Liam Neeson, he does really dark and vague movies. But Taken 3.
Taken 3.
Yeah.
I just recently came back from the theater, and it's going to be in my day vlog, but I went to go see American Sniper, and if anybody's going to go see that movie, I should tell you should go see it, because the movie is a brilliant film, and I guarantee it.
My mom's begging me to go see that one next, Tommy. Believe it or not.
It is. It's a good film, and the actor the that plays the lead role.
Bradley Cooper.
He does a brilliant job in that movie.
I may go have a look-see at it then.
You know, the thing is, Bradley Cooper's a comedy actor, and for him to step out of his boundaries, it's really Bradley Cooper's, idealism to reach out of comedy and to go into a serious film.
I wouldn't really say that entirely, though, Tommy. Silver Linings had some comedic moments for Bradley Cooper, but I think it was just him going for like a more of a serious kind of note when you think about it.
Recently, also, I saw a movie called Frank. Have you guys been hearing about that?
No.
I don't know if it's Frank or if it's another name, but basically this guy is a musician, and he travels with a band, and he picks up this other guy, and they're a traveling band. They're not that big, but this one kid starts building them up, so people start liking him, and he has this gigantic head that he wears because he doesn't want to show people his face. So he travels around with this gigantic head in public, and people just like don't look at him at all. And it's just like it's not even a guy with a gigantic head, really. So it's a really interesting film. It's on Netflix right now, and I think it's called Frank. And you guys should check it out. It's a good film.
Speaking of film, I actually just found a cool website called Documentary Heaven. If you're into kind of documentary movies, they got a huge list, and most of them link to YouTube. So check it out if you haven't heard of it yet.
I have, actually.
Oh, sweet,
I
man.
love documentaries, and he found that website.
Yeah, they have a lot of selection, like you said.
Yeah, I just found it today. My dad sent me an email. He's like, "Oh man, check this out. It's got everything."
Yeah.
You know, I have to say that with this, the new year, one of the movies I cannot wait to see is Jurassic Park. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jurassic World, actually, and
But I'm pretty sure I think the next movie I'm going to see is Paddington, because I remember actually growing up watching the Paddington cartoon that used to air on Teletoon before.
Yeah, I remember that
yeah,
one too,
I'm kinda
man.
looking forward
That's a
to
good
this.
Canadian show.
Oh, wait, what was that, Mr. Rasmus?
When I was
It's
a
good
kid,
Canadian stuff, man.
I had a book of Paddington Bear, and it came with a record that you put on the record player so it could read the book to you.
what's Paddington?
Oh, he's
Paddington
that
Bear.
little bear. He wears a blue trench coat and he has a red hat.
And I've been to Paddington Station.
What?
Yeah, of course you know who he is because he was pretty popular in England because that's where he's from, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah. Well, Paddington's from
Mark knows
Paddington,
what I'm talking about here.
Paddington's from Peru, moved to London.
I've never heard of Paddington. I'm sorry. I've never heard of this. Somebody probably needs to send me a link to.
It's probably not too popular in the States. We get it here, or we had it here in Canada, really big because a lot of British things make their way here.
Now, everybody here, including our guests tonight, what is your guys' favorite sitcom TV show that is currently on TV or off TV?
Seinfeld. I have to say Seinfeld right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a big bell ringer. Seinfeld, along with Everybody Loves Raymond. It's very good.
I don't know about sitcoms. I don't really watch them. Trust me, the only thing I watch today on TVs today now is just game shows because I'm just not a really big fan of what
Yeah,
we
but
have
I
on television.
like
And I'm very
Charmed.
sorry if that does upset some people here.
Yeah, I like Charmed.
Who?
Charmed.
Chums?
Charmed.
Charms?
Yeah, set in San Francisco.
I've never seen that, Mark.
Yeah, it's a magic. It's a the bunch of witches.
I've never seen
Watch your language, Mark.
Yeah.
it. But it's I have to say that in this thing that we have, that films and different sitcoms come and go, but it still stays in our memory. And I've recently been watching Everybody Loves Raymond episode by episode, and I've seen every episode 100 times. And I'm just like, because I enjoy the comedy in that show, their laughter, the way they react to each other. And it's a shame because the father that played the father of Raymond and Robert, he died last year.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they don't really make the series anymore. Was just now the father passed away, or the actor who played Raymond's father in the show.
Yeah,
And he was really funny too.
he would have
Dude, he
if
had
he
a
had
really good moment though for like the episode about where Ray and his father play a game of ping pong. And then at the very end, it's Raymond and his brother Robert. They're both playing it, and then Raymond's like, "Zero serving, zero. You're experimenting in camp." And then Robert just puts the paddle down, and walks upstairs, and says, "Those are rumors." I thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
Just to get to that episode.
I mean, I know what you mean. Basically, okay, what happened is they were trying to clean the basement, and Raymond's mother and Raymond's father were going to clean it out for them both, but they didn't realize what they were doing. So they said they cleaned it out, and then they pull out this ping pong table. And what's funny about it is then Robert just like, well, we basically Dad let you win because you cried, and he's like, no, I didn't. So he gets back in this whole thing that to start playing ping pong, and his father finally admits to him. He's like, no, you actually beat me in a comical kind of sense, but I thought that was funny when he did say, he's like, so everyone, you experimented at camp, and you figure Robert's just gonna rub it off, and then Robert just places down his ping pong, the thing, and he's just like walks away, and then perfect.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Tommy. The paddle, the pong paddle, basically. He just puts the paddle down.
Paddle, and he
Walks
places
in,
it
and
down.
like I said, he just goes upstairs and then he says, "Those are rumors."
I have to say, there's a lot of episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. What season does Robert get nailed by the bull? I'm trying to find that episode when he gets hit by the bull. Pretty much, he has to.
That's something I really need to do some research on, because even though I know a friend though who has who may just have a separate season for every season of Everybody Loves Raymond. I haven't really watched the series beginning to end to know though, so I'm sorry.
All of us are fans of Netflix, and what is now, guys? I know that you said you watch Netflix. What is your favorite original Netflix series?
Right now I'm watching The Borgias, so that's my favorite right now.
Have you watched House of Cards yet?
The what?
House of Cards?
We saw, I think, like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then we kind of had other shows that we were watching at the same time, so we kind of stopped watching that one for a while.
But it is a show that we're gonna watch. Is everybody?
I want to say to everybody here, I've watched all seasons of the House of Cards. My parents are starting to watch it now, and I can't tell them anything. It's bad. I've watched the show, and they kind of got into watching it now. So it's hard not to slip up and say something that they haven't seen yet. And, that's a bad thing. When you're in a crowd of people and you're hanging out and you start talking about a movie that they haven't seen, and they're just like, thanks, man, for spoiling it for me. What? I haven't seen that movie yet. Oh. Oops.
Oh yeah, I can think it would be like that. They actually say this one favorite moment from the movie, and they'd be like, "Oh, but I haven't seen it yet. I was about to." Oh, oops.
Especially
and then just
like
walk away.
Second Camp works at a movie theater, so I can guess.
That is true, though, people. Though I work in a movie theater, so I'm pretty much knowing about all these new movies coming out.
So basically, I can picture Sega Camp. He has his little red vest, his little red bow tie with his black pants, and his flashlight. Sega Camp's walking around.
Tommy,
And
I actually don't wear a red shirt, though.
no. I know what the typical uniform is for a movie theater. It's black pants, white shirt, red vest, black bow tie.
Don't forget the
Tommy,
red fez hat.
Tommy,
Yes, Mark?
Would I honestly wear a fez, Mr.
Sega, you
Raz?
could be onto something with a fez, I think.
Yes, Mark?
season 4, episode 15.
Okay, I wear a cap, but not a fez, okay?
Folks, I want to say something about Mark Hyder. We could be moving on with the subject, and Mark Hyder will search up that research about what I was just talking about, and he will find that exact episode. That I tell you what, I have a lucky nugget with Mark. That's my nickname for Mark now, is Lucky Nugget. And
Right. Yeah,
I was
everyone.
gonna say, it's something really funny came up with Mark, and
Oh no, don't tell me that.
Uh-oh.
Don't. Not live show, Tommy. Not live show.
Mark, you're
Say it was
originally asked
awfully
me,
revealing.
what is it, Tommy? What is it?
Right, Tommy. Right, season 4, episode 15. He got grown near the rear of the ball. It's season
Okay.
4. Yeah, it's
So,
season 4.
If you're looking on Netflix and you want to watch that specific episode of Everybody Loves Raymond on Netflix, search up that one right there and watch that episode. And personally, you know what I do when I watch a show and I know it's over? I go to the ending of the show and I watch the ending of the show to see if it's like climactic, and then I go back to the beginning of the show. I watch the show all the way through, and it's like, why, Tommy? Why would you want to spoil it for yourself? Well, it's just like, well, if it's a show that's been off air for a long time, I just want to know what happened.
In fact, there was actually another sitcom my mom used to like, and I actually got this complete series for her for Christmas time, Tommy. You ever do get the time, look up The West Wing. Good show.
West Wing, those kind of shows I wasn't really interested in because it's kind of too serious. Now, House of Cards.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really into congressmen or stuff like that, or even the White House. Sorry.
I'm gonna take off
I'm
my.
not really from the U.S. either, though, people.
I think I'm gonna take off my jacket. It's getting kind of a bit dampy in here, and I'm just
But my mom does like the show. Besides my opinion about all the statistics about what's going on in the White House, there is some really good moments of the series as well.
Yes.
There was one episode called Shadow of the Gunman. I think this was like the beginning of season 2. And
Now-
one of the guys who works at the White House, Josh Lyman, he ended up getting shot. And then for like the rest of the episode, he's actually in recovery, and he's like stuck in a, they're like he's like revisiting the past again, basically, where the president or Martin Sheen, who's supposed to be President Bartlett, who's President Bartlett in the White House, they actually show how they become. It actually shows how he becomes elected as president. It's pretty good. It actually ties up how Martin Sheen actually becomes president of the White House. Really good episode.
All right.
So much they had to split into two separate parts.
Now, Geeks and Sports. I know you've been kind of quiet over there. What is your favorite sitcom? Geeks and Sports?
I think he's
Jeremy?
no longer with us.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's there, but he has himself muted.
What do you guys in America think of Trailer Park Boys?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with that. All I have to say is, hey, Julian, we got to get some dope, man. We got to get some drinks, man. We got to party. All you guys do is talk about smoking dope and all they have is these cats.
You guys should see the movie Swearnet. It's actually the Trailer Park Boys and their semi-fictional versions of themselves, not as the Trailer Park Boys, but just semi-fictional versions of themselves, and it's pretty funny. I haven't really seen the movie though, but I heard though I don't know actually.
I've seen all seasons of Trailer Park Boys. I actually sat down and watched every single episode. Each day, I was just watching Trailer Park Boys. And it's on Netflix right now, folks, so go check it out if you haven't seen Trailer Park Boys yet. It's funny. I honestly, I loathe Jim Leahy. I despise him, honestly. He is so
here, Tommy, there's a shit storm coming your way, and the winds are blowing, and you're gonna be seeing it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Have a little drinky poo. Little drinky poo.
Oh, Julian, he's so sexy.
Julian, so sexy. Randy! Like, I can't count how many times Mr. Leahy says Randy in one episode. If you guys can score. Like, I have already seen the episodes, but if you guys want to go back and you guys want to watch the episodes, leave in some comments how many times Mr. Leahy, or on on this video right here, leave in the comments and watch some of the episodes and tell me how many times Mr. Leahy says Randy while he's falling down.
Make that a drinking game.
Yeah, take a shot every time he says Randy.
Every time he says Randy, you take a shot. Good.
Somebody said that every time I said the inside facts, here's an interesting fact, and somebody would say, oh yeah, every time Tommy says the inside fact, let's take a shot. I think after 100 times...
That's crazy as well. Someone made a drinking game, like they watch every episode, they watch every episode, and then every time they hear Tommy say, keeping you in the inside fact, they take a shot.
The thing is, after watching here's the thing. Back in the old days, I used to say my catchphrase every single time. Ba-dum. So after a while, when I'd say my catchphrase and everything of footage.
Really cool scenes over the years too, but apparently now though I just forgot them all, and probably some although if you do see some veterans of them on my channel, they would probably throw you some that they know that I used to say from the past.
Yeah.
I think okay, I remember one though. There used to be one though where I used to be all like and every time someone starts hating on me, someone will get shot at. Well, I say headshot. Kind of like that. I forget the whole. Someone Some veteran of my channel would know what it was on Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah, just there you go. That's somewhat of a thing I remember.
All I gotta say is, my Patriots won, going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Woo! Jerry, Geeks and Sports. So, Geeks and Sports, what is your favorite sitcom? It can be on air or off air.
I don't know if it's considered a sitcom, but my favorite ever was growing up as a kid, and even now I watch some reruns on it. But I really like the Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World is my all-time favorite show ever.
Good call, man. I've actually forgot about that one.
You know, that
and now-
reminded me.
My
That was
daughter-
from the 90s.
I know a really good one, and this is actually on Teletoon.
My daughters are actually watching Girl Meets World now. So,
Interesting thing is, when I was one of my favorite shows, we would gather around the TV for it. We were all psyched for it, and everybody was excited because it was the top show in the back of the time. You know what show that was? Freaking Home Improvement. And Tim Allen.
Yes. Oh, I remember that show.
Oh my gosh, that was one of my all-time favorite shows. I'd come home from school, sit down, watch an episode of Home Improvement.
I like the one where Alan started to teach everyone about how to fix a broken light bulb with a potato, and then right afterwards, and at the very end though, he's just like, he's about your first choice and pull the broken bulb down the socket, but first you must, and then he finally heads away just to unplug the lamp, and then Tim just grabs him and he's like, jump into the light. He gets that. He walks right out with this jacket, and then Alan just says, "Unplug the lamp."
Did you guys ever see the show Smart Guy?
No.
I heard of that. I didn't really go see it that much.
He's a smart guy.
My favorite, Futurama.
One of my favorite shows was two shows that are kind of like the copies of the same kind of show. Are You Afraid of the Dark and Tales from the Crypt. You had a child-friendly show, and then you had the.
When I think of Are You Afraid of the Dark, the other one that could make some of that could be thrown into a blender with that would have to be Goosebumps. They used to be books from R.L. Stein, but I heard they got converted into a TV series through the 90s.
I could say Goosebumps was the show kind of based off of the other show, Tales from the Crypt.
But of course, though, but I did hear though that they did that show did get a good starring career for somebody. He may not be that big, but Jay Baruchel. I remember years later when I started working at the movie theater, there was a movie coming out called Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Jay Baruchel, believe it or not, was the Sorcerer's Apprentice. You got Nicolas Cage though, who's trying to teach him how to become a better sorcerer, but like I said, Jay Baruchel was the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Nick Cage is a pretty nice actor, I gotta say.
I have to say that too, there, Mr. Rasmus. He's a really good actor.
One of my other favorite shows, sitcoms that went off the air a while back ago, was Monk, and believe it or not, that I was hooked on Monk for a while. Often I find myself going like this. Occasionally I find myself like, what am I doing? I'm not Monk. Okay, I've done this in a few of my videos. Lobby, 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 lobby. Mr. Monk, it's not gonna work. The power is off. Lobby, 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 lobby. It's the episode where Monk goes on a date. Okay, here's the funny thing. Monk goes on a date with this girl, and they're in the elevator together, and the girl finds out, oh, Monk's quirks. And so Monk's in there, and he doesn't like being in tight spaces, and the power goes down because there's a robbery apparently going on. So he's in the elevator, and he's just like, what happened? Where'd the power go? And he's just like, lobby, 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 lobby. Yeah, he's just like, lobby, 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 lobby.
That's just enough to make me laugh. Just hearing him go like lobby, 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 lobby.
I always wondered what that was from, Tommy. I saw it in your vlogs a couple times.
Yeah, it's from Monk. If you watch that episode of Monk, I think it was an episode where Monk was going on a date, and his first time going on a date, because you realize Monk, the reason why Monk is the way Monk is, if you've seen the show Monk, Monk's wife was killed in a car bomb, and so Monk's system was shocked, and so he couldn't conform to life anymore, so he froze up, and he had a nurse take care of him. So into the show, you're basically getting the Monk. It is still kind of quirky, and he's starting to grow into the show. And I have to say, it was one of my all-time favorite sitcoms watching it. And I kind of laid off of it because it was the same thing over again. Monk solves the case. He has a quirk. And I would get kind of bored occasionally. But I got back into it. I wanted to finish the seasons. Got to, and he finally finds out who kills Trudy. I'm not going to say who. That's for you guys to decide. I don't want to spoil anything. But folks, I think I'm going to end the show for tonight. So folks, go check out Lavito Flores. Oh wait a minute, Lavita. What? Sorry.
Hey, I'm a part of y'all's family now, apparently. Awesome.
I know. It's La Vida Alvarado.
He confuses Mexicans, that's all it is. He's all lump them together.
All Spanish sound the same.
Folks, I'm sorry, I have a hard time saying certain people's YouTube channel. Check out the link. It's in the description. If you're just click that button right there, it'll take you right to their channel. Subscribe to their channel, like and support. So folks, we have Geeks and Sports, and also we have, I keep forgetting it. Okay, and Eddie Explores. My guests, Mark Hyder, the Sega Cam Gamer, and also Mr. Rasmus, known as Sam.
Hey, did you catch my handstand?
Oh yes, in the vlog.
No, I just did it. I did my signature handstand here to close off my segment here.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's on me, man. Okay, hold on a second. You can do it again.
Okay. Check it out, Tommy. This is for you, man.
Whoa.
Okay, that's pretty funny right there, man.
Oh, that sure gives you a head rush.
Yeah, the blood just goes right to your head and you do that.
As Mr. Rogers
feel dizzy in a matter of minutes.
As Mr. Rogers would say, thank you for coming by, and thank you for being my neighbor. And by the way, I'm not a professional sniper for the military. But as always, folks, I'm Tommy NC 2010. Thank you for joining us for this episode on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Tommy Talks. As always, I'm Tommy NC 2010, and I'll get you later. And I'm keeping you on the end. Side back.